And remember, if I can cook it, so can you. So go nowhere. Let's create Asopao de Camarones de Puerto Rico. And this actually was a request from somebody that asked me if I could prepare some camarones, Asopao de Camarones, which is in essence shrimp stew, Puerto Rican style. And all you need is, I'm going to make it as natural as possible. So I have some shrimp which I clean up, and I left the tail. You can cut it off, but I left the tail, but I clean everything else up. And I have something here called sofrito. This is one, and this one I made about 2 years ago, by the way. Look at this beauty. Link in the description how to prepare one of the best Puerto Rican sofrito. This is a very popular video. Go to the description, you will see a link. I also have about 2, maybe 3 small tomatoes. I don't like to use tomato sauce from the can, so I grated these ones, and look at this beauty. I also have about a tablespoon and a half of chopped bell pepper. When orange, you can go red. Add a little bit of sweetness. About same amount of chopped onions. And I have about a big garlic tooth, which I also grated. And frankly, those 3 things are not really needed because sofrito has it. However, because this was in the freezer and then refrigerator for a while, I wanted to add the extra aromatics of freshness. Half a cup of rice, I want medium size. You're going to need some extra virgin olive oil. Doesn't matter the brand. I have some culantro here. You don't need it, but I have some left. So I decided to cut a tiny bit, like a tablespoon maybe. And I have some cilantro, which is for my final touch. I also don't like to use sazon, that orange color with fake coloring. I like to prepare my own stuff. So what I have here is a half of a teaspoon of black pepper, same amount for cumin, same amount for paprika, same amount for turmeric, same amount for black ground pepper, and I have about the same amount for salt as an initial taste. You might need to add more salt just in case. And because I like that orange color, natural color, you can use some annatto seed oil. Take about 2 minutes to prepare. Link in my description. Very short video. Or you can go with the one that's already powdered, grounded. And you just need a little bit to start with that orange color. And I would say, as an initial feeling, about 4 cups of seafood broth. Stock in this case. You can use water, but I have my stock. In fact, you can use the peelings of the shrimp and you create your own stock. But this one, I already had it prepared, so here it is. So I have what we call in Puerto Rico caldero, but doesn't matter the type of pot you're using. But I have a caldero, so I'm going to put the heat at just a couple notches above medium, just a couple notches. It's preheated. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a few drops of extra virgin olive oil. And now that it's preheated, and this is very hot by the way, carefully I'm going to add the shrimp. What I'm doing is I'm cooking the shrimp first. You can add a little bit of salt, a pinch on top of the shrimp. I like to use sea salt, by the way. Just a pinch. And do this until they turn orange, okay? That means that they're cooked. Heat and medium. You don't want this burnt. Once they turn orange, just remove them. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the oil. It's about maybe a teaspoon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the annatto, ground annatto. And I do that, and I put in just about half a teaspoon, by the way. The reason I do that, and I have the heat a couple notches below medium, by the way, is to give it that color. Technically, you can do the oil separately, clean it up a little bit. I prefer doing that, but I'm going to do it here now. Sometimes people don't have a lot of time to be doing a lot of steps. And now come the beauty. I'm going to add the sofrito, onions, pepper. Mix things up a little bit. Few seconds. Add the garlic. And do this for about 10 seconds. You don't want the garlic to burn. Add the tomato sauce. Ooh, smells delicious. I like to add some of the culantro if you have it. You don't have to, but I like to add that to give it more aromatics. If you don't, that's fine. A little bit cilantro can do it, but I like to wait for the final touch for that. And now what you do is you get this ingredient and you mix them up. You add it. And you don't have to use it all. If you feel that's too much, just use part of it, okay? And now you add your broth. I mean your stock. 4 cups, you might need a little bit more. And what you do with this is you're going to increase the heat to like a couple notches above medium. And you're going to let this, heat up for a minute or so, okay? After a couple minutes, I like to give it a taste before I do anything else. That let me know if I need a little bit more salt. And if you do, now it's the time to add some, okay? Just a little bit. A pinch, in my case. Just to your taste. Now you add the shrimp. And just looking at it, I'm gonna add another cup of the stock of water. Mix it up well. Because what happens is once you add the rice, it's going to expand a little bit. That's why you have about half a cup of rice. So, and I don't want it, too dry. I don't want it to be absorbed. So, because I added stock and my stock doesn't have salt, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it another taste. Oh my goodness, it's good. And I'm going to cover this I let it cook for about, I'm going to reduce the heat by the way to medium. I'm going to let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes because I want the flavor to be absorbed by this stock and the shrimp to have the ability to deliver the flavor. After about 8 or 9 minutes, medium heat still. See the color? The nice natural color, not a fake orange. So what you're going to do, you add your rice now. You might be tempted to add a cup or whatever. Don't do it. It's going to expand and then you don't have an asopao. Half a cup is fine. Even 3/4 cup might do. You're going to let this cook for about 10 minutes. And then you take a look. You might need to cook it a little bit longer. But because the stock is so hot now, you might cook the rice quicker. If you wanna put the rice first, then it's going to take a little bit longer because of the rice, then you add the other stuff, you know, but by doing it this way, you're going to get the rice to cook quicker. So what you're going to do, you're going to cover it and let it cook, okay? After 10 minutes, see? Yeah. You can give a taste to the rice if you feel that the rice still kind of crunchy. Let it cook for another 3 or so minutes. But in my case, it looks good. So I like to add the final touch, which is gonna put some cilantro at the end. A few cilantro leaves, not a lot, just a handful. You break it. And this is like the earth flavor. The campesino from Puerto Rico flavor. And I let it go for about a couple minutes so they kind of cook, okay? And then you're practically done. And I'm going to show you in a plate. Look at this beauty. And this you can eat with a side of tostones. Or you can have your pique, and I have a delicious pique that's very popular in my channel. See link in the description. So you can duplicate the pique, that hot sauce, which is a flavorful sauce. And I also have my lime.